Why, shouldn't you be out there?
Oh, hello, sir. Yes, I was having a bit of a dizzy spell, so I came here to relax.
You know, it's funny, for a moment I mistook you for Ethan. You are the spitting image of your father.
Yes, I've been told that before. My whole life, really. I don't mind, though. He's quite handsome, so I should count myself lucky.
Yes, so he is. You know, I can see what Henry sees in you. I understand why he's so enchanted by you. You don't only look like your father, but you are seemingly very congenial and curious, well-read like him too.
Thank you, Mr. Billings. That's kind of you to say. I appreciate that.
And eager to please, like Ethan.
Thank you, I think.
You think? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. You are not right for my son.
And why is that? Well, let me guess. Because we're two men?
Hardly. I'm not as close-minded as you would believe me to be.
What then? I don't understand it. What is it about me that displeases you so much?
You're foolish. Foolish not to take up the business that your father and I worked so hard to start. Oh, you'd rather, what is it that Ethan told me? Be a poet? That denotes a lack of responsibility. Henry needs someone with substance.
And creating beautiful works of art that capture life's most beautiful moments isn't substance? Is that all, Mr. Billings?
Not quite. I think you're going to break my son's heart. Yes, and just like Ethan, you will get my son to trust you, to bend and twist and hang on his every word until he breaks.
Mr. Billings, I love your son very much. I wouldn't do anything to hurt him. He's very special to me, and I...
You will. And do you want to know why I know you will? Because you are so much like your father, and Henry like me. Even if you have the best of intentions, which I don't think you do, you'll break his heart.
You don't know that. You don't know me. You've never given me a chance. You want to know what I think? I think you're an arrogant, pompous man who lacks compassion.
How dare you talk to me like that? Where did you get this?
I've had it for as long as I can remember.
No, I would know that necklace anywhere. Why, I purchased it for the first year celebration of the opening of the bank.
No, I'm sure you're mistaken. This was my mother's.
No, that doesn't belong to you.
I must disagree with you, Mr. Billings. This was in my mother's jewelry box when I was a child. She said it was a gift from father, and I was fixated on it so much that she gave it to me when I got a little older.
Amusing. Those lies are amusing.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, that was a gift to your father from me. Why, he said he would keep it, that he would keep his promises. Yet, 8 days later, he told me that he was engaged to your mother. And all this time I thought that maybe he kept it. Maybe he still wore it. But he gave it to her. Well, what about my heart? What about my heart?
Mr. Billings, please, you're hurting me.
No, you give that back to me.
It belongs to me.
No, I gave that to your father. I gave him my heart, and he smashed my heart into pieces. If I can't have his heart, then I'm going to take back the last piece of my heart.
Father, what are you doing? Let him go.
Stay out of this.
Henry.
Father, stop.
No, I will not let him do this to you.
Let's talk about this, please. Come away from the window. I'll listen to you.
Please, Mr. Billings.
No, I will take what is mine.
You can have it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry my father hurt you. I'm sorry that he broke your heart. It's awful to not be able to be with somebody that you love, but I would never hurt Henry. I love him very much, and he loves me.
I've heard those lies before.
Well, it's true.
Father, please, let's talk about this. Come sit down with me.
I'm sorry things didn't work out between you and my father. Okay, and I know it must seem unfair that things work so well between Henry and me, but I know you love Henry. You want him to be happy, don't you? He is.
I am, Father. I am the happiest I have been in my whole life. I love him. I love you. Let Charles go and let's talk.
It'll pain me to part with this necklace, but if You must have it, I understand. Take it.
Charles!
Now, final stop on our ghost tour. If you look right out here, right out this balcony, this is where Charles Williams fell. Now, it was a very high fall. Charles fell into some bushes below and kind of tumbled back. They broke his fall. Henry Jr. wrote in his autobiography that he ran down to Charles's aid and Charles was not dead. He had only broken his arm and his ankle. Henry tried to lift him up, but he couldn't get up. He was also having a lot of trouble breathing. Perhaps the most romantic and tragic part of this story is what happened next. You see, all over the mansion, there used to be stone swans and glass swans, just swans everywhere. The Billings were obsessed with swans. I don't know why. Unfortunately, Charles, as he fell out of the window, had knocked one of the large stone swan statues off of its base, and it began to plummet down towards Henry. Henry says he remembers seeing Charles scream up at the sky. He looked up, saw the statue falling, heard Charles scream, and remembers being shoved back. And when he got back up, right where he had just previously been kneeling, was that big swan statue. Unfortunately, it was on top of Charles's back, pinning him to the ground, where he was bleeding out. And even though he was having such trouble breathing, he was able to choke out the last words, "Love, Henry." It's quite tragic, but a beautiful love story. And some say, when the moon is really high and the night is very long and cold and still, in the library, you can still see Charles Williams sitting in a chair, smiling, singing to himself, waiting for his long-lost love, Henry, to return.